Hello everybody, I'm Seibenlore bringing you another Magic the Gathering Top 10. As we enter into the second set of the Tarkir block, it's a good time to look back and examine the cards which seem to be the most viable from the Khans of Tarkir set. To decide which cards made the cut on this list, I took a look at the standard decks which saw the most play and success and determined the individual cards which were most prominent in those decks' performance. So with that, let's count down the top 10 cards from Khans of Tarkir. Number 10. At number 10 we have Monastery Swiftspear. Now this card is really good in mono red decks, especially ones which go more for a burn kill than anything else. It surprised no one when a turn 3 kill was made possible with this card, using only Monastery Swiftspears and Titan Strength. This card was certainly showcased by Denis Unilov when it brought him to the semi-finals at the Grand Prix in Los Angeles. Number 9. Number 9 goes to Hordeling Outburst. Now this card isn't that highly rated when it comes to many players, but let's check out what it can do in Standard. It can easily help you activate raid triggers, aid you in convoke cost, and it's a good counter to Jeskai control. It may not be flashy, but in the current meta, it does some work. Number 8. The number 8 spot goes to Seeker of the Way. Lifelink? Ah, Lifelink. Who doesn't love you? This card, like most cards with prowess, can get buffed up quick with the right deck. Slap on something like Lifelink, and you instantly have a great card. That's why Seeker of the Way was featured in the top deck at the Pro Tour for Khans of Tarkir. Number 7. At number 7 we have Anafenza the Foremost. Despite being one of the few Khans to actually see constructed play, it got work done in the standard meta. Mainly, this card was used as a counter for the emerging graveyard manipulation decks which were seeing a lot of constructed play. Obviously it worked for Mike Sergist, who ran 3 of this card on his Pro Tour deck. Number 6. The 6th card on our list goes to Wingmate Roc. This card is a powerhouse for almost every player who uses a white mid-range deck with raid triggers. In the meta of life counting, this card gives players a life advantage which is tricky for opponents to work against. It's so good that tournament decks usually run 3 to 4 copies of it. Number 5. At the halfway mark we have the fetch lands. Yes, I know, cop-out, right? But you cannot discredit the impact fetch lands have had on not only Standard, but Modern and Legacy as well. These lands are what makes multicolored decks work, and now that we have wedge decks, their necessity is even more pronounced. Number 4. Taking the number 4 spot is Butcher of the Horde. This card is simply amazing, a 5/4 flyer for 4, with an ability that makes it versatile as you want. What isn't there to love about this card? It has power, it has choice, it has everything you want in a top performing card. That's why it was heavily featured in Brad Nielsen's top 8 placing deck in the LA Grand Prix. Number 3. At number 3 we have Mantis Rider. Again, the choice abilities on this card are just insane, borderline illegal. A 3/3 flyer 4/3 with vigilance and haste? So on turn 3 you hit for 3, and it has avoidance, and it can block aggressive weenie decks even with attacking? I guess that's why you see it in almost every single Jeskai deck at tournaments. Number 2. Taking the second place spot on our list is Savage Knuckleblade. This card again shows off the power that options, choices, and versatility can have when ranking a card. With the ability to bounce it from danger and pump it up, along with being a 4/4 for only 3 mana, Savage Knuckleblade has seen a lot of play in Temur aggro decks. It also happens to be one of the only enablers of the Ferocious mechanic to see standard play. Before looking at our number 1 pick, I wanted to announce an honorable mention. Not quite making it onto this list is Dig Through Time. Now, many Jeskai players swear by this card, and for a good reason. You get 2 cards of your choosing into your hand. This can provide you with answers to your opponent's board, or the cards you need for a win condition. Yet, in the tempo of the metagame, I just feel like this may be a little too slow. Granted, it's still a very good card, and has seen even more success in other formats, but it just barely missed the cut for this list. Number 1. Taking the top spot on our list is obvious, Siege Rhino. Want to talk about a card that does some work? How about a 4/5 for only 4 mana that just for playing it, gives you a 6-point life swing? Sounds unprintable, right? Well, think again, because Siege Rhino does all of that, along with having trample. This is one of the single cards which is responsible for the success of a particular deck. That of course, being Abzan. Abzan decks are currently topping a lot of competitions, and it's thanks in no small part to this single card. Here's to you, Siege Rhino, showing us all how overpowered creatures have become in recent years. So, there you go guys, my list for the top 10 cards from Khans of Tarkir. What do you guys believe are the best cards to come out of this set? Let me know that in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more top 10s, please like, share, and subscribe. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.